As the leader of the Booner pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the fuck up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome back. Crunch Time Sports with Jeff and Boone. It's Tuesday, September 2nd, after a holiday weekend. I mean, I don't know.
What are you smiling about over there, man?
I don't know if your holiday weekend was as good as Boone's. I mean, Boone was out there. He got some sun. We're back. Game week. Lions, Packers, football season. We're here. All right. We got the extended weekend. Now it's all gas, no brakes, Boone. That's what it is right now. And you are all burned, no sunscreen. That's what you are right now. All burned, no sunscreen. So you look good, my friend. You got some sun?
I did. I got a lot of sun. I'll be honest. I've never, if I'm just being completely honest with you, I always say, like, Jeff, you and I talk about it a lot, like in the sun, like, oh, we're Italian. Like, we're good. Not good. Always put sun on. If I'm being honest, I'll never not throw something on anymore. My whole body, like this area, toast. Like, toast. And I think I've gotten sick from it. It's and Steve Lehman said Boone's looking swollen. I think my face might be swollen. I should look maybe a little skinnier than this. So yeah, and I think I got sun poisoning, to be honest, because I've had like a fever. Like it's gotten to me. Like it's hit me hard. So yeah, sun. I'll say what, you can never beat the sun. The sun always wins.
Yeah, the sun won, Booner 0, but. Yeah, hopefully that the Lions won.
Well, to be crazy, like to be honest, like my arms, they were already tan, and none of them got burnt. It was literally just my face was kind of already tan. My face, it looks red. It doesn't hurt. It's like here to like the bottom, like it's like my stomach and chest. That's like I barely can move. Steve said aloe. Tried aloe. Aloe listen. The sun just kills you, man. Hopefully I'm better after like today or tomorrow, but. I never thought that would happen. It was a fun weekend, though, all around, man. We did a lot, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Xavier D said, show it. I can't do that to the people, man.
Yeah. They, L just said warm showers. What's the worst part of a sunburn is the shower?
Yeah, I go cold, to be honest. Like middle.
You have to.
Yeah. Dude, it's the worst. Honestly, it's top 5 worst things of all time is sunburn, especially when it's like bad. And I thought too, like I was like, I'm gonna be just fine. We were out on the lake for like 6 hours, shirt off, just straight in the sun, just laying there. It was like I just asked for it, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay, Boone. We'll get through it. All right, we'll get it. Honestly, the fact that
everyone's saying my face is swollen.
But think about it. Like it's fall. You're not gonna have too many days where you're gonna be able to get burned. This is probably it. All right. You got your last burn. That's it. Weather's changed. That's it.
I'm done with the sun. I mean, obviously I don't have a choice, but I'm probably done with the sun until. I mean, you can look at my face. I've got like a.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to know. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But it is game week, so that is exciting. We have lots to get to. It's a short week, so we have today we're doing our NFC North rankings, which we talked about last week. So you guys will finally see how we have the NFC North shaping up. Tomorrow, the Doc's joining us. Thursday, we have a Packers beat writer joining the show. He's joined before, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then Friday is game preview and pick 'em. So we have a packed week today to kind of get to. And over the weekend, we got to see college football. So you got to see, we were actually out. We went to Arts, Beats, and Eats, which is a lot of fun. We got to watch the Michigan game. Got to watch your boy, Bryce Underwood, lead the Wolverines to a pretty big victory, and he looked really good. All right, the weekend started off. You had Ohio State and Texas in terms of big games. I was wrong about Texas. It's just initially. I think the first game. I think I was. You could tell Arch Manning first couple drives. It didn't get better after that. Look, he had some good throws, but Ohio State, their freshman, he looked really good. Okay, Ohio State's going to be really good. So that was decided. Klotz
both are still going to be good. Texas is going to be good. Ohio State's going to be good. I don't think it's something where a lot of people are doing it like with Manning, like kind of going off on it. He's going to be just fine.
He'll be fine.
That was such a tough, and people were like, well, he started before. Like, that was his first real start, honestly. It was like his, and it's like a road game at Ohio State at the Horseshoe. It's a tough game to start. You got to let him have throughout the season, and they're going to be in the college football playoffs. They're probably going to be a Final Four team at the end of the day. Like, that's still a good defense. They still have weapons. They still have good running backs. And once Arch Manning gets that thing rolling, it's going to be fine.
And you have to think too, like, the people that are a little down on Arch is because it was the narrative that he was a can't miss prospect, basically. And then, he struggles and he's human. And now people think he stinks. So it is I'm not going to overreact yet. But yeah, Michigan, hey, you guys, I get you beat New Mexico, but still, Bryce Underwood, he had the crack block on the linebacker. He was doing good. He looked I'm not even judging it by the opponent, but I'm judging it by his first collegiate game as a freshman.
Yes.
That's
you
what
have
I'm off of.
You have to look at it and be like, okay, this guy can play ball. Like, he's legit. Right. That's his first game ever. I mean, he's a freshman. He's 18 years old. That's nuts at the end of the day. So he's going to be fine. I'm interested to see him versus Oklahoma on the road this week. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more out of him. A little run game. We didn't even get to see him run this week. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more out of him versus Oklahoma. I'm pumped up for that game. I am.
Did you see? Nick Pieces Underwood has an impressive arm. Now he's got
his arm. I mean, it's at the point to where it's like a lot of people were talking about it this week, where it's just, I mean, he might throw it too hard to where like he has got that good of an arm to where he's got to be able to like take a little bit off it and be able to, give his wide receivers more of a chance to catch it. So he needs to just, if he gets that down, dude, he is going to be good. This might be the first quarterback in a while that Michigan's like legit. I know JJ was good, had an arm. They just didn't use him. But Bryce, seems like they're going to actually use him to their advantage, like actually use his talent.
The thing I like too is you mentioned the arm, but there was a throw he had, which I'm sure as the season goes on, you'll see the consistency. But he had the throw to the tight end. It was like a touch
pass, yeah.
Like he put
a little wheel route.
Yeah, he put some loft on it, dude. That's like
with some defenders in his face. Just
that's where I'm not gonna say like the arm thing I'm not worried about, because that pass right there is that's it's a simple pass, but that's a pass that great quarterbacks can make consistently. It's like touch pass, you know when to put touch on it. He looks really good, man. So I'm not I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a part of the Wolverine Nation or anything like that, but I watch, and I know a good quarterback when I see it. Bryce Underwood's a really good quarterback. Yeah. He's going to be just fine. So that was nice. So yeah, college football was great. It was nice to see. And then we have NFL right around the corner.
I mean, Jason, wow, didn't even mention Michigan State's win. I'm unsubscribing. Jay, I mean, Michigan State beat Western Michigan and they beat them like 20-6 or something. I do see it. You know what I love? I love after the week one of Michigan State games, they don't look dominant and they always play like a Western or something. And then after, Michigan State fans are like, this team, these guys, it's like, and then everything just goes downhill from there. Aiden Childs. Okay. I wasn't like overly impressed.
Yeah, Aiden Childs looked fine. I mean, we were live during the game. I mean, we were live reacting to the game. You actually bet for Western Michigan.
I did. But at the end of the day, it was just like
just to get 10 points. I think
it was versus Western. And like Jesse, both Michigan and MSU won by 17. I mean, it was Western Michigan. I mean, it was New Mexico, but what takeaways are you going to be like from Michigan State and be like?
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I didn't talk about how Michigan won. It was more just Bryce. Like Bryce as a true freshman. Yeah, like I don't care they won. They were going to blow out New Mexico. I mean, we knew what was going to happen. It's the same thing. Aiden Childs looked fine.
I will say this. I can't let you hop on the Bryce Underwood bandwagon. You're off on that, by the way.
Who?
You.
Why?
Owl.
Why?
Because, dude, every quarterback you like attach your name to just fails.
No. It's Hendon Hooker's the one that really.
No. Nico.
What?
Nico's gone. He left Tennessee. Tennessee's still good without him. I just need you to just say, yeah, good. I don't want you to attach your name to it in any sense.
Here's the thing. All right. A lot of my history comes from them translating to the pros. for whatever reason. So in college, I can, it'll be fine. But if I say Bryce is going to be very good in the NFL, I'm not going to go that far out for your sake. Like Hendon was fine in college. All right.
Yeah, but like you didn't really attach yourself to him until NFL. And then when you did in the NFL, things started going downhill. It's like when you hop on that bandwagon, things happen. And I just don't want you to hop on it at all. Like, hey, you can have your opinions. Just don't be like, that's my guy. Like you did with some of these
Trevor
guys.
Lawrence, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, you just don't have a good track record. We call a spade, man. You don't.
Well, hold on. All right, here's the Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams. That's not dead. All right, that we're still very much alive with those.
There's big question marks though.
There are, but that's okay. Some quarterbacks I don't. Maybe we'll see. Like JJ McCarthy, not a huge fan. So maybe if JJ becomes the superstar and Caleb stinks, we can revisit this.
All right.
Maybe I should start rooting against guys we want to be good. That could be.
That's what I'm saying. Quarterback wise, it's you root against Jared Goff and he does just a great job.
Well, no, that's not true. I think he might be the exception. That
you don't put your foot. You were asking for Hendon Hooker to start last year.
Okay, yes. And I've admitted that was a terrible take. That happens.
That's exactly my point, though. Is you were against Jared Goff, and he went out and had an MVP season.
Well, it was more about it was. Yeah, it was.
You so far you have talked about this for the last 4 minutes. You have not given me one example of something that worked in your favor.
Quarterbacks. I really don't. I've only attached myself to a couple guys. I haven't really. I don't do it.
And you're. I think you're 0 for.
Shedeur Sanders, I guess, would be the next one. So we'll see how that works. And he went to the 5th round.
He drafted it.
Yeah. Hey.
Every example you have given has been it's helped my point.
Hey, I'm not perfect. All right.
I know. No, you're literally literally the opposite of perfect. You are 0 for 7.
7's a little aggressive. All right. I don't think I'm there yet. I'm at 4. All right.
0 for 5. Shedeur, Caleb, Trevor, Nico. Who am I missing? Hendon Hooker. That's at least 5. There's another one in there or 2.
I think that might be it.
Were you a Zach Wilson guy?
No, I know.
Oh,
I thought he would suck.
What about? Oh, I know. Trey Lance, 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You and quarterbacks, man. It's like the opposite of the John Gruden's quarterback camp. You're just like
actually Trey Lance was true. I'll admit I'm not gonna run from it. If I
for
said
sure,
it,
I'm with you on that. I just think it's actually really funny.
I said, Trey Lance. I did like Trey Lance. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, what a terrible. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say. Bryce Young. But Bryce Young, Bryce Young was the one, and CJ Stroud. But that was pretty obvious, though. Everyone thought CJ would be pretty good. So that was probably. I can't really claim that one. I feel like everyone thought CJ was going to be good. Everyone should have. Maybe Klotz being Ohio State guy, he wasn't the biggest fan.
He was adamant that he was I promise you guys, CJ Stroud is not good. He was not that man at Ohio State. I've never seen someone so locked into a take before with Klotz and CJ Stroud being bad. He was he's gonna be the worst quarterback in the draft class.
Bernie and Jeff wanted David Blau to start over Goff.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Kyle Allen, maybe everything I've been saying about Kyle Allen is just not true. Just because of my track record. Maybe because I root against Kyle Allen, that means he'll be good. I don't know. Maybe he's a good backup, actually. So disregard that. But we got a lot to get to today, Boone. We got the Packers game coming up this Sunday, 4:00 game, which I'm excited for. Dan spoke to the media. We'll get to that. Players spoke to the media. We'll get to that later in the show as well. Dan had another quote today about Lambeau Field. You see that on the 8th day, the Lord made Lambeau. You see that one?
Yeah. Hey, Dan.
Guy's just a football guy, dude.
I don't know about it didn't hit me until today, to be honest, or late last night that I was wait a second. The Lions play football this week. It's no longer dude, our off seasons, they're so long. And finally the fact that it's the regular season again and we're back, we're talking about doing our watch parties and all of that. And the fact that it's at Lambeau Field instantly, week 1. I looked it up too. I don't think we've played the Green Bay Packers week 1 since 2005. So I feel like it's a really big deal. And then obviously you have the Bears in week 2. So it's divisional back to back. Big week. I'm pumped up for it though. Dan This guy loves Lambeau. I didn't realize how much this guy just loves going to Lambeau Field. And he's won there. I think he might have lost once there. I could be wrong with that. I think they've won like 4 of the last 5, or I don't know the exact stat, but they have dominated since he's been the head coach at Lambeau Field.
Well, they've dominated the NFC North, period. I mean,
for sure.
Dan Campbell, his record in the NFC North is really impressive. But here's Dan on the on Lambeau Field in the matchup. But I don't know, I'm sure you have already, but then I would advise anyone to watch that loves the game of football. Go watch John Gruden break down every game. He has a 30+ minute breakdown of Lions Packers. And he's
nuts, dude.
Yeah, no, his energy is contagious when you watch the actual video, but he went into so many different things within the game and matchups, and he went into Jared Goff's record against the Packers, obviously Jordan Love's record against the Lions, which is not good.
Yeah.
But he said something very interesting that I actually didn't think about in this game. Dan Campbell, as aggressive as he is actually, based on the data, he's based on teams they face, more aggressive against the Packers, which honestly, if you think about it, would you be shocked if Sunday there's a handful of 4th down attempts?
Not at all. Dan Campbell.
Like, on a weekly basis, yes, but for whatever reason, if you remember last year, and maybe the injuries, I think, he had to be a little more aggressive, but regardless, if you go back through their last couple matchups, in Ford Field last year, they went for it. Jared Goff fell, handed it to Monty. They got the 1st down, kicked the field goal, end of the game. He went for it on his own, 20-yard line, I think, in that game as well, which many people didn't like. And in Lambeau, they went for it on 4th down and got it. And I think they got a touchdown on a 4th down. I think a handful of those 4th down calls that he attempts against the Packers turns into touchdowns. So I think this matchup, especially because it's week 1, you look at the matchup itself, it's obviously going to be the Packers they're a good team. Lions are a great team. They're going to be squaring off in Lambeau week 1. New coordinators. Dan, I think, is going to be aggressive still. And for whatever reason, whether it's because the Packers have the youngest team in the NFL, which I think plays a part in it, they just can't stop the Lions going for it on 4th down. They just haven't. I think Dan Campbell against the Packers, he hits on I think he's 7 of 8 on 4th down attempts. I think I'm a little
Dan
off,
versus the Packers?
7. Yeah, I think it's 6 of 7, 7 of 8, something like that. He's very successful against the Packers on 4th down. And to be honest, I think this week is going to be more of that. I do. Yeah.
Do you remember last year? I believe it might have been. It was a video, behind the scenes video, where Dan basically just said I think it was the Packers week where he was like, no matter what, we're going for it. Any position we're in, we're just going for it. I think it was towards the end of the season when there were a lot of injuries, but it feels like that's going to be this week 1 where Dan's just all right, we're every 4th down that's manageable, we're doing it. And it's those 3rd down calls. You remember last year we used to get frustrated with 3rd down runs, but the 3rd down run, what are they setting up to do? They're setting to go up for it. What is this? What is this 6-7 thing? Do you know? Could someone break this down for me? I'm sorry, but
it's the stupidest thing. It's it's a dumb. Honestly, the only reason why I know
I've been trying to figure this out for
the only reason why I know about it is because I have a younger sibling. I have a little brother. So
does he walk around doing the whole 6-7 thing? Because I've seen these videos.
He sends me LaMelo Ball 6-7. I guess that's it's stupid.
What does it mean? Is there a definition behind it?
No, there's not. It's not. There's nothing to it. It's just that 6-7. It's the dumbest thing.
Well, I don't get it. This is to be honest with you, this is the first time I'm starting to feel old because I'm confused and everyone loves it. I've never felt old in my life. This is the first one.
There's a lot of things I don't understand. It's okay. But because I said 6 of 7, so that's why. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't.
I was just so confused. I saw 6-7, and then you put 6-7. I was like, "There's no way Jeff knows what this means, man." That is so funny. But no, I'm with you. I think they're gonna back on track here. Let's get back on track. I think they're gonna be very aggressive on Sunday versus the Packers, especially it's a road game, Lambeau Field. This is we talk ever. It feels like all the time the must wins come out. It feels like this is one of those instantly to open the season because everyone is saying the Packers are going to win the division after the Micah trade. It's one of your first road games, and probably the toughest one at Lambeau. So it's a big game right off the bat, right off the jump. You're in a big moment. So you would think that Dan Campbell's Dan Campbell on Sunday. I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, I expect it, actually. I would be a little taken aback if he starts punting it a lot.
I'd be shocked too. They're on the road. I think it's the perfect game to try stuff like that because, you have two new coordinators, which, even though a lot of things will be similar, I can also see a scenario, and John Gruden brought this up, which I think was very interesting, and I'll talk more about this week, which, again, another great point by Coach Gruden. You look at Kelvin Sheppard, new DC. If I'm Matt LaFleur, and Gruden said this, why wouldn't Matt LaFleur try and be more aggressive? Like, you think Calvin's going to be expecting the Packers to go for it on fourth down? Probably
I'm
not.
sure he's going to be. I mean, he's going to.
You might think about it, but that's not. They might try and do some stuff uncharacteristically to throw Calvin up.
That's why I think, to be honest, the Dan Campbell thing does work to a point because there are coaches who do try and counteract that whole thing, doing the same thing, and it's just not their game. Like Dan and the Lions are so good at it, and they have been for years, to where they're like, the Packers, go ahead, try it. We're going to stop you, and we're going to get better field position. So I think they have done it in the past. If I remember correctly, I think Matt LaFleur has been a little more aggressive versus the Detroit Lions.
That's what happens when you face Dan Campbell, dude.
Yeah, you get put in a weird position where you might have to do something like that.
Yeah. No, I could see the Packers doing it as well. And Jordan Love, this is one of those games where if you're just a neutral NFL fan and you're looking at Jordan Love versus Jared Goff, there's no way you don't look at Jared and you're like, I'm more confident in this dude going to Lambeau. He's done it. And even though the narrative of Jared in cold weather, still people believe it. And let's just be honest. No quarterback loves playing in cold weather. All right. It sucks. There are quarterbacks like Josh Allen in Buffalo that they play in snow all the time. They're used to it. They might be more adapted to it, but no quarterback genuinely enjoys playing in cold weather. So let's just get that out of the way. All right. And then number two, the narrative with Jared Goff, because of his hands, that's where it originates from. Go check his record against the Packers in Lambeau. Like he wins in Lambeau too, which Lambeau is notoriously maybe not this Sunday, but when you play them, when teams play them later, which he's played them later in the season in Lambeau when it's cold, he wins. Yeah. So it's like you have. I think from a head coaching standpoint, I think the Lions have the advantage. I think Dan Campbell's a better head coach, and you have the quarterback advantage. And I think honestly, defensively, even though they added Micah Parsons, I love where the Lions defense is. And that's something I want to see on Sunday too. Is like, all right, Jordan Love, we know how inconsistent he is. What can this Lions defense do? Because the Packers didn't see they didn't see Aiden Hutchinson. He was hurt. So they didn't have Aiden last year. Against I think they had him in Lambeau. They might have had him in Lambeau. I can't remember. But they definitely didn't have him at Ford Field, and they beat him. So,
yeah, and this is the thing, that the conversation that keeps popping up with this Lions team, and a lot of people, you see it like national media this week. They're starting to put their predictions out for divisions. A lot of people are picking the Packers, and it's because of the Micah trade. And it's like, okay, that's the hot hand. It's it. People forget. Top to bottom, offensively, Lions have a better roster offensively. Top to bottom, defensively, you could argue the Lions have the best roster defensively as well over the Packers. So it's like, if you're talking about roster-wise and player-wise, the Lions, you would take them over the Packers 10 times out of 10, in my opinion. And it's the same thing with the coaching staff. Like, I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach. A lot of people don't like him just because he's a Packer. I talked about that last week. He's a good coach. Dan Campbell, dude, he's a top 7 coach in the NFL. Matt LaFleur is not that. So the matchup, I mean, you would have to say just favors this Lions team, especially when it comes to, the roster. And that's where I think a lot of people kind of look at. And if you want to talk about, well, they're on the road, they're in Lambeau. Dude, the Lions have been phenomenal at Lambeau Field, and Jared Goff especially, over the last few seasons. And then that's the narrative too. And Jared's mentioned it too before. Well, the narrative is always, you saw him in the behind-the-scenes video on the sideline on a cold weather game, where he went up to Ben Johnson. He was like, oh, I thought they said I can't play in the cold. And it's like, Jared's mentioned it, that go look at his stats and go look at his record in cold weather. And he was like, it's a fake narrative that people put out there. And yes, there are games where, like you said, every quarterback is going to struggle in the cold at some point. For example, the Ravens game a couple years ago. But majority of the time, Jared hasn't actually struggled in those games. And it's not even a cold weather game. It's an outdoor game. That's it. It's like, it's not going to be cold. What is it going to be? 70 degrees? You're playing in Lambeau week 1. Yeah. That's such an advantage that you get to play them as well in like week 1, and you don't have to go there week 16, week 15, week 17, and you get it out of the way right away.
Shout out, by the way, Tom Izzo. Thank you for the $5. Just please play the Hutch clip where he talks about his bionic leg and try to keep a straight face. I was crying. We'll play that later.
Did you see? He tried to throw a pause out there, and no one. Sometimes when you say pause, people give you a little. No one. He was like, read the room a little bit, and it was like an awkward.
We'll play that. We'll play it later. I got you, Tom Izzo.
None of the reporters.
They were dialed in.
Yeah.
Doc probably laughed at it a little. He had to have a little bit. Streams only. He didn't play both times. Yeah, no. Okay, Aiden didn't play it both times, so that's fair. Antonio Sparza, appreciate it. He says, I'm a Bears fan and I enjoy your channel. Appreciate that, Antonio. Antonio also says, come on, bro. The Packers have a better defense. Look at those D lines, Pack, and it's not even close. Okay, you know what? Let's have that conversation.
I think top to bottom, I think you can argue the Lions if you want.
Let's have that conversation, Antonio. You want to go edge rusher? I'll give you the Packers. No doubt. You want to go interior? Lions. Not even a question.
Yeah.
You want to go linebacker? You're going to go Lions. You want to go corner? Yep. You're going to go Lions. You want to go safety? You'll go Lions. So, Antonio.
Edge rusher's sick, but.
I love pass rushers. Hey, we've been harping on it. But let's keep it a buck, Antonio. In total defense, you tell me besides edge where the Packers have a better where they're better on defense.
And you can argue that the Lions have the better edge rusher with Aiden Hutchinson. I know they have Micah, but you can argue arguably Aiden's better than Micah Parsons.
And like I said, I'll give you edge. Rashawn Gary and Micah's great. But besides that, what position? Where are you going? Where are you going? You can't. There's no other position group you can argue. There's just not. There's not. Packers. They have their corners are fine, but they have no depth at corner, safety. And I love Xavier McKinney. They have Brian Branch Kirby, best safety duo arguably in the league. Yeah. So that's kind of where that is. Purple Prince says the Packers didn't play Hutch, BB, Aleem. There's a whole bunch of defensive players that did not see that.
You remember Brian Branch got ejected from the game at Lambeau Field like a quarter in, if that. It was like a couple minutes in the game.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then Kirby had the pick 6, but Brian Branch right away was out. So they didn't even get to see Brian Branch last year, essentially.
Actually, I actually forgot about that too. That's why we got the merch, but you can get your FTB stuff, by the way. FTP on the shop, officialctsports.com.
I heard you say FTB.
Well, we got to get some other stuff too. We just have FTP. We don't have any other. We'll get some other stuff in the shop.
There's a rumor you took the FTB one down.
No. We'll. By the way, NFC North rankings later. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Shift God. Packers can't stop the run. Doesn't matter who on that D line. Could be Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny for all I care.
That's fine.
They can't. That's the problem. You trade away your best run defender and Kenny Clark, they're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. They have Wyatt on the edge as well. Wyatt, he came from Georgia. They got the other Georgia player. I can't remember his name, but they don't have interior guys.
Losing Kenny Clark's big. Obviously, you bring Micah in, but either way, your interior. Their interior did get worse at the end of the day.
Kenny Clark Kenny Clark. Now I know Micah as a player. He's better than Kenny Clark. There's no question. Yeah. But Kenny Clark was their best run defender.
Even Graham today, when they asked about the D line, with Micah, and he was like, well, obviously Micah's good, but he was like, they lose Kenny Clark. So he was like, now the focus goes to the tackles, or to the offensive tackles. So he was like, the game plan offensive line wise will change a little bit because, Kenny Clark was such a big piece of that defense. He's one of the better defensive players on that team.
Yeah. You saw burning issues. Kenny Clark was Lions run killer. They ran the ball well against the Packers. Yeah. But if there was their best run defender, burning issues is right. It's Kenny Clark. And that's why I think Taylor Decker in this game, he's going to be massive, man. Because Penei Sewell, we know what he is. We know what he does against the best of the best. He's always consistent. He just makes things happen.
Yep.
Taylor Decker's been someone who last year struggled at times because if he was injured. He is healthy. Week 1, that is good. There's no doubt the Packers. Rashawn Gary had the game against Taylor 2 years ago where he had a great game against Decker. They're definitely going to be throwing Micah at him too. And I know he's a little banged up too. But they're gonna throw both those guys at Decker and test him. So he's got to be solid. Penei will be fine. You can put Penei on an island and he'll be all right.
Yeah.
But real quick, I got to tell you about our friends over at Comer and Cross. All right. Because they are always protecting their customers. Penei Sewell-esque. So let me tell you about them. 1-day installation, concrete floor coatings. All right. And all the homeowners out there, you're tired and sick of staring at your cracked stained garage floor. Well, Comer and Cross can help you out. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways, and they move the stuff out for you. All you have to do is call the number 248-834-3488 because they have their summer installation sale. They're offering 12 months, same as cash, or $500 in savings. So call the number 248-834-3488. That's 248-834-3488. Or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Tell them your friends over at Crunch Time Sports sent you. All right, let's get back to the show here because we have more to get to. Shout out. Jesse Adams, Monty's plus 150 to plus 175 on scoring a TD. Already hammered it. Smart man.
Monty gets in for sure.
He is definitely getting in. That's something you just put in early. All right. Antonio says Decker's 31, bro, and injury prone. Let's be honest, Micah will destroy him on Sunday.
Antonio, this guy just hates the Lions.
Destroys aggressive. All right.
I think Taylor's going to have moments. Obviously, it's Micah Parsons, but you don't think Taylor Decker's going to be prepared for Micah. Like, Taylor Decker's still a top 20 probably tackle in the NFL when he's playing at his best. He's not a bum.
No,
I mean, 31. I mean, okay, can we say what it is? Like 31, yeah, it's old. Trent Williams is like 39 out there still playing at it. Like you could play at 31. That doesn't mean you're automatically washed up. He struggled last year. Yeah, he needs to have a bounce back year. Yeah. I expect him to on Sunday. He seems like he's healthier. He seems like he's kind of in better shape. He's mentally he's better. Training camp he was good, so he seems like he's back a little.
I should stop talking. Yeah.
There you go, Antonio.
Yeah,
that was quick.
I think when you say Micah will destroy a player, you got to think of like, no, all due respect, it's the only example I have. If like Dan Skipper was playing, like a player that was like, this guy should not be out there. He's a sub. He's a backup. Like he's going to get destroyed. Taylor Decker is going to, will he have moments? I don't know. He could, but I don't think Decker's someone that I'm like, he is a liability. You can't go that far. You can't call him a liability out there. Like
no,
he's been fine. Eric,
and I'm sure they're going to have some sort of.
Yes.
They're going to have some sort of game plan when Decker's one-on-one with Micah, having a running back come over or something's going to happen. And he's not going to always be one-on-one.
Yeah, it's like Allen. Throw Laporta to help Decker, stopping Micah on the left side, keep running it all day. I think Laporta will have a good impact this game blocking.
They're going to find a way to stop Micah. He might get a sack. That's fine. Does he fully impact the game and you lose because of that? No.
Yeah, I mean, Shifgut says, is Micah 1,000% playing? I mean, he's dealing. He was
back.
he was dealing with the back injury, which I did see.
It's a tough one. Backs are tough. I don't know. I think he is going to play from the sounds of it. It just depends on the extent of the snaps that he gets and how bad the injury is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what he's dealing with is an L4, L5 facet joint sprain in his back. Is a joint sprain, and I guess the report is he may need an epidural injection to play in the game against the Lions.
Yeah.
It says he's participating in practice for the Packers, and the team's medical staff cleared him for their trade, suggesting he is not a long-term serious risk. So, yeah, but based on AI, because I don't know what a L4, L5 facet joint is, joint sprain.
I don't know, but it sounds bad. L4, L5 doesn't sound good.
It connects the bones of the spine, providing flexibility and stability. So I don't know.
Sounds tough. Sounds like he might just want to sit out.
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Honestly, don't want to hurt your season. Just take a week off.
Yep, I'd rule him out.
Why not?
I'd rule him out right now. They'll
An
probably
epidural shot. I don't even know what that is. That sounds crazy. Is that what? Never mind. Bad question. Ignore me. Never mind.
That's basically like they just numb it.
Is that what like when people give birth, they get that? Okay, maybe it was a good question then. All right, sick.
Yes,
killed that one.
That's you. When you were thinking it, I was thinking it too.
Okay, so I went to go ask it, and I was like, I could if this is wrong, I could sound so dumb right now. So I'm glad I was correct on that.
Yeah, I think that's sounds painful, but it's like a shot in the spinal cord.
Tough for him, man.
Yeah, so which I mean, that's the NFL, I guess. So they're probably used to it, but yeah, that's probably what he's going to need to be able to play. Steve says, "Hello, fellas. Been a hot minute. Any thoughts about the third quarterback for the practice squad? From Heineke, White, other, none."
Yeah, they don't have a third quarterback. There's no emergency on this squad right now. I just realized that.
Well, Dan, he addressed it. And he said that if they were to bring in a third quarterback, it wouldn't be a developmental guy. It would be someone that they could actually play. Like Heineke might not be the worst. Honestly, might not be a bad option.
Yeah, but then you have to trade for. He just got traded, I believe, too. So it's just. Didn't Heineke just get traded to the Eagles?
He got cut. Oh, did he get? Oh, did he?
I don't know. I might be thinking of someone else.
No, he's still a free agent.
Oh, bring Taylor Heineke in. What?
Yeah, he got cut from the Chargers.
Yeah, bring him in. Come on now.
Yeah, he might have opportunities to have a roster spot somewhere. I don't know what teams feel about him, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. They took up their last roster spot with an edge rusher. So they got the pass rusher out of Army. They got that dude as the last practice squad guy. So I don't know if I would like him to bring in a quarterback in the practice squad for sure.
I can't get over this. It looks like I have sunglasses on right now. My eyes all around my eyes is like.
You look like you have like the hutch, like.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, what is gone? What's happened to me?
Yeah, you know what? You've battled worse, Boone. You'll be all right.
I don't know. This feels like a top 5.
Toxic test. From what I've read about Micah's injury, it isn't a big deal right now, but could lead to really big issues if not taken care of properly.
Should just sit out. What? Take a week off, Micah.
Yeah, I mean we're joking, but also it's like if you're the Packers, is it the worst idea? Like if it's like you're like, man, this guy's a spine injury. Like
I heard some people talking about too, like when they traded for him, if they actually got like physicals done and like actually went through and did their due diligence to make sure he was good to go.
I would, if you're clearing that trade, how bad does it have to be for you to actually not pass him? Like, I wonder if it's Micah freaking Parsons.
I feel like they just didn't do anything. They just said like, it's Micah, do it. We'll figure out the physical later.
Like, we'll figure out this. Like, if it's like a little backstage, all right, it should be fine.
Oh, L4, L5? Okay, we're good. We'll bring him in.
Well, yeah, you can deal with it because it's Micah freaking Parsons. I mean, that's fine. You can do it.
Who was that? I was talking. Oh, I was watching the FS1. The Barstool had their show this morning. It was Jason Williams. Shout out White Chocolate, who was like, dude, in sports, like if you're trading for a guy at that caliber of a player, you're just like, let's do the trade. I don't care about physical, nothing. Like, send that thing through instantly.
You know what Shannon Sharp always says? If you limp into a season, you'll be limping out of the season. That's what he always says, which is actually kind of true for a lot of players. If you go into the season hurt, you're probably going to leave the season hurt just because injuries are going to pop up anyway during the season, and you're always going to aggravate injuries playing football.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have an injury like that and you're playing that many snaps, any player that's dealing with something, it's probably not going to just heal. Or you're just going to be constantly taking shots or having injections throughout the season.
Well, last year with Sam Laporta, he had that hamstring to start the season, and all season long, like people thought like he was just healthy all season long, and he was just constantly dealing with something because of that. And I think it would have been something similar as well with like Taylor Decker last year, to where he was always just dealing with something. Once you get in the season, it's hard to, if you start, like you said, if you start the season with something like that, it's so hard to get healthy because you're going every week at that point. You have one bye week, and then you're going all the way until February if you make the Super Bowl, essentially.
Yeah, there's always a risk there. So we'll see. We'll see more about the injury report for both teams comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you'll find out a lot more tomorrow, kind of how practice looks, who's in practice. I know today the Lions, Isaac Tesla didn't participate today. I don't think it's anything serious, so he was held out of practice. You'll find out more tomorrow. We'll go through it with Doc tomorrow when we talk to him.
I can't believe tomorrow's already Wednesday.
Yeah, short week.
It's crazy.
We were talking about the defense. Kelvin Sheppard went on the Believe network with Glover Quinn. He went on the show with Trevor Thompson and Glover Quinn. And Kelvin talked about Terrion Arnold. Had some very interesting things to say about him.
Yeah, I think he was asked, wasn't he asked, like, who's going to be the biggest step, who's going to take the biggest step forward this year?
Most impressive from training camp. Yeah, like biggest step forward kind of thing. He said he was going to say Hutch, but you kind of know what Hutch is. Even though
Can we play the video?
Yep. Let's play this and we'll give our thoughts.
I would say Terrion Arnold, man. Like if you ask me one player, young player, up and comer, kind of not a surprise because we took him in the first round. That comes with expectations, but that doesn't mean they're a ready-made player.
Right.
The job that Deshae has done with that player, he's looking like a CB1 that can go follow people and do it on a consistent basis. And he's now, because he gonna talk now if he hear this. Shep say I'm CB1. I think it's a mix of the development and growth that Deshae's worked with him on, but also the addition of DJ Reed. I think has added a level of maturity to that room, but also a level of detail that I'm not going to say has been missing. It's just the standard is set now. DJ sets the standard for the way our corners operate. And if you fall short, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. So I think TA has grabbed that baton and he's following. He's following DJ, but he's doing it in his own way too. They're two different players. But TA, man, I've been thoroughly impressed with him, not only in training camp, but also the things he was doing in the spring.
Yeah, I love Kelvin Sheppard, man.
Dude, he had energy, man, every time, dude. I love it. It fires me up. Shout out Trevor Thompson, too. I haven't seen him in a while. I didn't know he was doing a show with Glover Queen.
GQ. He's
That's
out
crazy. There. What a show. I didn't know Trevor Thompson was doing a show with Glover Queen. Like, what?
Yeah, listen, Calvin, it's so, like, listening to him, that interview was so great because he went into like things that he learned from AG, and one of those things is let coaches coach. AG always let his assistants coach. He let Kelvin coach linebackers. You know, he didn't try and like overstep or you know, tell guys how to do their job. And now for Kelvin, he admitted, he's like, well, the secondary isn't really my strong suit in terms of technique. You know, like teaching DBs how to be DBs. So he mentioned like Deshae Townsend, like letting him coach, letting you know, Casey Rogers coach, which by the way, he did say Casey Rogers, best defensive line coach he's ever, like the Lions have had through his tenure there.
That's what's his name last year.
He said, I love Terrell Williams. I love, you know, Todd Walsh. You know, I think Todd Walsh was but he did say he was professional about it. He said, you know what, I've learned things from those guys. Casey Rogers, he said Casey Rogers had 5 or 6 teams, I think the number was, reach out to him to be their D-line coach. And he took the
Detroit. Yeah, what a dude, man.
Yeah.
What an absolute dude.
And he did it because he knows Kelvin and Dan, and there's a connection there from Miami when Dan was the interim coach. And Casey Rogers, being a former defensive coordinator, wanted to go work with Kelvin.
To probably help him and to just to make sure, like, because it's probably tough first year, no matter how ready you think you are. There's definitely probably things where you're not fully prepared for. And a guy like Casey, who's like been through it, you know, no longer is a DC, is like, hey, this is what you need to, like, you know, I've learned from my mistakes of doing it. And so it's probably a valuable piece, honestly.
Yeah, he's telling Kelvin. He's teaching Kelvin about things Todd Bowles was doing, you know, like, you know, different things schematically that Kelvin.
Todd Bowles is one of the best in the game too, man. His defenses are.
No, every year, great defense. That's Todd Bowles. So in Ben Johnson, people say in the chat, Ben Johnson, I'm sure wanted him. Ben was there in Miami with Casey Rogers. I'm sure they tried recruiting him to be their defensive line coach. Like, there's a lot.
Did you see the news this weekend?
No. What news?
The Ben Johnson was reaching out and wanting to get John Morton on his staff.
Oh, I did see that.
That was like, wow. I don't know. And I'm guessing it was for his OC because obviously Ben's play calling. So he probably was calling to be like, hey, I need an OC. Would you do it? So
Lions, because I mean, it's an easy, because it's like he's from here and he can call plays. He wouldn't call plays in Chicago. You know, he wouldn't be able to call plays. But that was someone that was around Ben when Ben was here, which also means you're getting Ben's stamp of approval a little bit. Like Ben is like,
you wanted Johnny Mo.
I wanted Johnny Mo a part of the staff. So
I'm so pumped to see on Sunday the Johnny Mo show, man. I'm so juiced up.
Me too.
It fires me up.
Yeah.
Again, we got to give it a couple weeks to make sure, 5-6 weeks, let that thing settle in. There might be some struggles, but I'm excited just to see like the kind of the meat and potatoes of the whole offense.
I think that's what I'm excited for too. And the defense with like Terrion Arnold and him talking about Terrion, we've heard it from everyone. We've seen it in person too. We've seen how good Terrion Arnold is. He's shown he's taken the jump. Technique wise, he's guarding Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams in practice. Like he's going to be ready. He's guarding those two in practice all off season. Like that's the best. That's the best iron sharpens iron. You can like you're getting arguably one of the fastest players in the NFL, and you're getting one of the best receivers in the NFL consistently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I said it earlier this offseason, and at the moment, people thought I was crazy, but I thought I had a good argument. And just the fact with TA that he's got the skill set, he has the size, he has everything an NFL, not even just an NFL corner, but a top tier NFL corner has. It was just about adjusting to the game at the level that it was. And it felt like I remember I did a segment early to start the offseason comparing his stats from the first half of the year to the second and his PFF grades and everything. And it was like drastic improvement. And I was like, hey, when this guy just gets this thing down and if he gets put in the right positions and he's not probably playing man the most out of anyone in the NFL, it's probably a pretty good corner. And I said at that moment, I said, hey, I think TA this year, if he takes that step, he's a Pro Bowl corner, and he's going to end up being looked at as one of the more lockdown corners in the NFL. And then you sign DJ Reed for 3 years. Now you have DJ Reed for 3 years. You have Terrion for the next 3 years, I believe, as well. You're in a good spot with your 1 and 2 at corners if TA ends up being your CB1 this year. I think he takes the jump. I already said I got to stand on it because I said it back in, when was it, May, that I felt like he's going to be a Pro Bowler this year. You don't have to listen. You made that same look and you did that same thing to me 4 months ago when I said it.
No. I'm just saying.
No, for sure.
So the Lions. So we're talking. Let's just get this straight. So Pro Bowlers, Lions are going to have Aiden, Brian Kirby, Jack, Terrion Arnold.
That's 5.
So 5 for you. No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
No, is that crazy?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. 4 Pro Bowlers, and then you got 2 All Pros, 3 All Pros. How many All Pros? Aiden, Jack Campbell, maybe Brian.
Yeah, or Kirby.
So 3, one of the safeties.
Jack's like in the middle for me. I'm still in the middle on that. I still think he has an All Pro year, but I'm still like I could back that one up a little bit if people can convince me. I'm not backing up the TA Pro Bowler one though.
Yeah, no, TA. I think you'll see. You'll see. I don't think it'll be initially, but I think through the season he's going to continue to get better because DJ Reed initially will be CB1. He's going to be guarding ones, but I think in an ideal world he's someone that you have him. So in case you need someone to guard number 1 corners based on matchups, he can do that. But in an ideal world, like Terrion Arnold, he just has everything. He's built to guard number 1 wide receivers. He's big, long. He's got long arms. He's 6'1". He's a CB1. He's built like a CB1. So ideal world, yes. I can't. What? He's another player. Like I want to see. They don't have Christian Watson. I don't think the Packers. I think he's hurt until like late in the year.
I wouldn't be shocked if Romeo Doubs is hurt too.
So they really just have Matthew Golden, Jane Reed, and Dobbs, and then Dontavian Wicks. They have a couple Bo Melton. I think they still have.
I mean, the first 2 weeks are going to be a good test for TA. Like you have Matthew Golden probably as a matchup. And then you're going to go in the next week and you have a guy like Roma Dunze, DJ Moore. What am I drawing a blank on our wide receiver 3?
For
Luther Burden, like the one dude from the Commanders. Like first couple weeks, I mean, it's every week, especially in this division, you're always going to have a battle at wide receiver. And if TA, I think especially with the schedule that they have this year, I think you're going to see him battle a lot. And if he ends up being having a good season. Like you got to think, man, Ravens don't have the best, but like the Bengals, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the Chiefs, the Bucks have a great 3. The Vikings, Commanders have a good wide receiver core. So do the Eagles. Like we can just keep going down the line here, man. And he just constantly is going to have matchups.
Yeah. By the way, Bo Melton, he's a CB now. He's a converted to corner. Did not know that. Bo Melton. Wow. Bo Melton's a corner now. That just shows the Packers they need corners, man. They need corners. So I did not know that he's a converted corner. That's I think he played some corner last year, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that. Wow. But yeah, he has I think this Packers wide receiver room, if I'm the Lions, I'm putting DJ Reed. I'm putting DJ Reed on Matthew Golden. There's no that's what I'm. If I'm Kelvin, it's like DJ Reed, just take care of Matthew Golden. He's a rookie. You're a vet. Shut him down, or at least try and limit him. And then you match up Terrion Arnold with Romeo Doubs. That's the matchup you want. Outside corner, and then a Meek will take Jaden Reed. Wherever they're lined up at. I don't know. It's Golden. I don't know who's lined up in the slot. I think it'd probably be Jaden Reed. But then you have a Meek out there. Whatever. They can match up well with the Packers for sure.
Yeah.
But I would put DJ Reed on Golden, man. Just go out there. This is the game where DJ Reed has the matchup. I would just take, hey, DJ Reed, go handle the rookie, man.
I do feel like they're not going to move around, to be honest. I think they're going to.
Yeah, because DJ Reed in New York had his one side. He just had
I think that's what that's my guess. I could be wrong. That is my guess, though, is that they stay to a specific side.
Purple Princess Jaden Reed might not play. His ankle's messed up. Yeah, I thought I read he might play through it, but
imagine that. Imagine they're down multiple guys.
Yeah, I mean, if they are, it's not good. I thought he was playing through like fracture or something. I'd read he's going to try and play through it, which kind of goes back to the other points. Like once you go into a season, you're already banged up. It's like, it's tough. You're probably not like, especially that injury, probably not ideal, but Purple Princess, in terms of injuries, Packers have a week 5 bye. We know how that goes. Lions actually have an earlier bye too, which is good.
Yeah, not as early as last year though. I think it might be like week 8.
Yeah, it's a good, better bye for sure.
Last year, I think ours was like week 4 or week 5. It was like the earliest week.
Here's that video of I knew Doc.
The Doc.
I knew Doc.
The Doc's the one that clipped it, of course. This guy.
Here's the video, Hutch.
Yeah, man, I'm on my way to being fully bionic. Hopefully that's the last bionic piece that goes in me. But Paul, let me just anyways, yeah, no, I feel like this thing is not going anywhere, and I have a lot of confidence in that, and I have a ton of confidence in the surgery and my rehab and where I'm at, and it's really I moved on.
Play that again, bro. Just move that back. I don't care about the rest, man.
The
beginning. This might be the most awkward part of an interview.
That's the last bionic piece that goes in me. But Paul, let me just anyways, yeah, no, I feel like
it's still shook.
This thing is not going anywhere, and I have a lot of confidence in that, and I have a ton of confidence in the surgery and my rehab and where I'm at.
Yeah, that's what we call in a blender, right there.
He was shook. He was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that." Like that's like something you say with just the boys, and then when you're like around your family or your parents, and you let something like that slip, you're like, "Oh no!"
The last bionic piece that goes in me, and he's like, "Paul, he's just like shit."
No one, and when he said pause, he like looked up and no one reacted. It was just like dead silence, like, and he was just like,
it's a fair. It's a fair statement by him,
Yeah, bro, that was so funny though.
It's a fair statement. Yeah, Hutch is something else, man. He's the best. I think Jeff. I'll be the first to say it. 2+ sacks Sunday. Lock it in. And you know what? What's going to happen? You're going to hear people over the next couple of days start saying 2+ sacks. I said it first here. I'm going to go see if it's on the sportsbook yet. Let me see. He's getting 2 sacks on Sunday. There's no chance he doesn't. No chance. Hold on. Let me pull it up. We have football in 2 days, like NFL football. That's nuts, dude. I can't wait.
I can't believe it's football season again. It's absolutely like mind blown. My mind is just like
2 sacks. Who's he matching up with? Rasheed Walker.
Aiden Hutchinson to record 1 sack -122. So I don't know what 2 is. I'm gonna go see a different sports book.
It's got to be plus 100 something.
It would probably be like +2 something. I'm taking it though. We're taking it. I can't wait. And you know what I just remembered? Like, how often do I hit with these Lions parlays? These 5, 6
They're back.
legs?
Yeah, the Lions parlays are back.
That's where I actually and you know what? I got an alert on my phone because the NFL's starting. So like when you go into like FanDuels and stuff, it starts popping up to when like it gives you your stats from last season, all of that. It's like a new feature that they did. And it was like your most profitable football team last season was the Detroit Lions, and it like shows like it was like your best parlays, like all Lions. It was like just dominated every week with the Lions. your most hit on players, Amon-Ra St. Brown and David Montgomery. Like it was just domination every time. It's like I'm starting to get another paycheck.
That's how it goes. I mean? The chat knows what it is, man. Football season comes around. I don't really bet that much. I'll bet at times.
It's really just Lions,
but it's just Lions dominant. Yeah, I'll usually just say.
Kind of feel like you know the game pretty well.
Yeah, you know the flow. You know what the Lions are going to do.
Especially since covering the team, you have an idea.
Now, you mentioned gambling, fantasy football. I think it's a perfect time to shout out our newest sponsor.
New sponsor alert. Hold on.
Our newest sponsor. Which
can I do this?
Yes. Sleeper Fantasy, which, I mean, if you guys have not used, it is amazing. And they are a new proud sponsor of Crunch Time Sports. And Sleeper is a fantasy sports plus real money gambling app focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. Sleeper has become the fastest organically growing fantasy platform in the world with over 6 million active users in 2023. You can check out Sleeper and experience it, and you can find ways to connect with others through sports. One-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with other users. Get the fastest scores, news, and alerts right away at your fingertips. In fantasy leagues, you win money on real picks, which I will be giving out my picks on a weekly basis. And you can also enjoy sports the way they were meant to. Together, Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. To choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or across different sports. Pick more or less than the predicted stats. So it'll be like,
you got this.
Half a touchdown, more, easy. On Sleeper, you can get up to 1,000x payouts. Share with your friends and get rewarded together. Always remember, gamble responsibly. You can check out the description. Use our sign-up code CT Sports. You get $100 deposit match up to $100. So shout out to Sleeper and Sleeper Fantasy. It's going to be active. It's that time of the year, Boone. And you know what that means. Gambling, responsibly, of course, but gambling. This is what we do. Our watch party.
We got to make sure that we have some Sleeper parlays or, all of those. We have to have that in this week.
I was already looking at the picks for this game for the Packers. Like a lot of things I already like. You pick someone mentioned Monty getting a touchdown. You'll see things like Monty touchdown 0.5, more or less. Yeah. It's like you just pick more. Boom, 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 more. And you can win some dough.
Hey, you killed that ad, by the way, man. That was the first time you did it. Dominated. Proud of you.
Yeah, well, you know what? Shout out to Sleeper, proud sponsor. But yeah, let's get to our.
I do use Sleeper fantasy as well. I like Sleeper.
We'll get to our impact players to watch. So we do this. We used to do this during the season. We do it every single season. The Lions play. We do it for every week, where we give you our 2 to 3 players that we want to watch for this Sunday, who we think will make the biggest impact. Guys to watch, players to watch, impact players to watch. And now for me, we already kind of went through them.
Can I ask a question real quick before we do that? Are we doing and I know because this is, it's been a year or a half a year since we've done this. Are we talking players that are going to make the biggest impact, or is it guys that need to make an impact to help this Lions team win? Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's just do the biggest impact. Or do you want to do need? Oh, I mean, unless you think, what do you think? Need to? Okay, we'll do need to.
I think need to because I think that the ones that are going to make the biggest impact is Hutch, Jared, like Amon-Ra. I think that's the obvious.
So players we think must have a big impact on this game in order for the Lions to come out with a victory. We'll do it like that. Because the players I have written down kind of apply to that too. So that's fine. We can go with that route. Because I have an obvious one. I have a player that I think must have a huge impact in this game. Has to at least hold his own. And it's left tackle Taylor Decker.
Wow. That's your number 3 or number 1?
I have, honestly, for me, Taylor Decker, he's number 1.
He's my number 1 as well on my list.
Yeah, I kind of went backwards. I'm going 1. But yeah, Taylor Decker, he's the obvious one. I think Taylor Decker, to me, can't be a liability. I don't think he will be, but God forbid he has a bad game. This thing could get out of hand very quickly.
Yeah.
So Jared Goff needs his blind side protected. And if this dude's under pressure in Lambeau, it's going to cause problems for this offense, especially in the passing game. So I'm going to go Taylor Decker for me, easily a player that must have an impact for the Lions to come out with a victory on the road.
I have Taylor Decker as my number 1 as well, especially versus Micah. And the edge, Rashawn Gary. You're either going up every play against Rashawn Gary or Micah Parsons, one of the two. So he's got to be on it. We know Panay is going to hold his own. Taylor Decker is going to be the biggest piece in this football game, in my opinion. And I think he knows it. I think this offense knows it and are aware. And hopefully, like we said earlier in the show, they're going to have game plans to help kind of chip over, have tight ends over there, just different things to help out with Taylor. But I think that's going to be like a make or break. Mine, honestly, all three of mine, if I'm just going to be honest with you, all three of mine are in the trenches. It's all trenches. And I was actually watching the McAfee show today, and they had brought up like some of these guys like Nick Sirianni. They were talking about how he values the trenches so much. And they had Bruce Arians on as well. And Bruce Arians is like, that's how I had so much success in my career, was valuing the trenches. I think a game like today or like Sunday, it's trenches, trenches, trenches. I'll go to my number 3. My number, do you want me to do my 2 or 3, Jeff? You
go
pick.
2.
My number 2 is Marcus Davenport. I think Marcus Davenport. We know what Hutch is going to do. It's going to say, hey, we know kind of what DJ Reader's going to do. Obviously, you could say Tyleek if you wanted to, but I think Marcus Davenport having an impact, staying healthy, and I'm going to say that every week until potentially, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't get hurt, but staying healthy and Marcus Davenport being that guy on the opposite side of Hutch, I think that's important. You know what you're getting out of your secondary. You know what you're getting out of your linebackers. It's really the only big question mark on this football team is what are you going to get out of Marcus Davenport in that edge room? That's an AQM. Like, what is that? So I'm gonna go Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, DeMarcus is someone that I think he's going to be under a massive spotlight. He is, because 100%. The injury questions, like every time this dude falls to the ground, people are going to be they're going to be locked into it. Is he hurt? Is he okay? Is it over? Is the season over? It's just, unfortunately, that's just the reality. Like, that's just what it is with Marcus Davenport. He's not. I mean, this guy's 6'6" and can kick my ass. He's not fragile, but he's fragile. All right.
Yeah. Well, in the NFL, he's fragile.
Yeah.
Not in the real world, but
yeah, he's a massive dude, but he is fragile when it comes to staying healthy.
But like on that defense, who other person on that defense outside of Marcus Davenport are you like spotlight on? Like, to me, it's Marcus. It's that edge. That's literally all we've talked about on this defense all off season. It's literally just been who's across from Aiden Hutchinson, and they have gone all in on Marcus Davenport. It's like, we're in game week and there's no Zadarius.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way,
do you see Steve's comment?
No, I didn't. I was just going to ask you like a checkup. You just
Steve Wild. Shout out Steve Wild. He's been commenting about me and keeps calling me booger.
What's the confidence? We're on Tuesday. Where are you at now? I told
it's you it's going to be a line by Thursday. I don't know, dude. It's so weird that I can't wrap my head. Like, there are NFL players who are like towards the end of their careers where it's like they could definitely make a few more million, and just some reason they just like don't sign. Like, what's his name? Jadeveon Clowney. He could still play. Like, he played last year, and he's just still sitting at home. And there's like all these free agents. And it's like, you're telling me that you can't get on a roster with some of these, as bad as some of these rosters are. Unless, again, they're waiting for the right position and the right team and the right kind of situation. But I would have to say in the next 2 weeks, Zadarius Smith will be a Detroit Lion.
He's running it back. He's running it back.
I'm going to do it until he signs somewhere else or retires, one of the two. I have to.
Steve, just say double it down.
100%. In the next 2 weeks, Zadarius Smith will be a Detroit Lion. Clip it.
Or don't. Or just don't clip it in case.
Clip it.
It's good. I mean,
he wants to be in Detroit. Did you see Cash Doll? I know you guys don't bring it up. Did you see her at her over the weekend or like last week? She had a concert. Did you see what she was wearing?
Zadarius,
did you not see this? A Zadarius Smith Lions jersey in the last week.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. That's it.
Yeah.
It's when. It's not will. It is when.
It might be a little bit of will. You know,
not at all. 0% of will.
0% will. Hey, by the way, this is a good transition. Speaking of will of last year, Jack Campbell, will linebacker. That's your number 2 impact player to watch.
Jack's gonna be Jack, man. There's no like.
Yeah, but
will he? There's no question mark about it. He's gonna perform.
It's not that. It's not. Maybe I'm not saying will he perform. It's more of like what Jack are we getting? I want to see. Are we talking about all pro Jack? You know, are we talking about all pro Jack? Because if we get all pro Jack on Sunday, Boone, this defense is going to look a lot different. I'm just saying, or are we going to get last year Jack, which is good, which could happen. You know, like you thought he was good last year. What if he's just good, or is he all pro Jack? What are we getting? So that's what I'm looking at. Like, must have an impact. Jack Campbell. You got Josh Jacobs. What he can do in the run game, what he can do. Yeah. They got Tucker Kraft out there as well, tight end. They might have Jack Campbell guarding a little bit of Tucker Kraft at times. Anzo is back, so it'll be nice to have those two together. But for me, I'm not trying to set this up to be like, will Jack be good? It's just what version are we getting of Jack? Like, is it going to be elite or just good Jack? And if we get elite, we're talking about a very different defense on Sunday, to be honest. I mean, you're talking about the shot caller on defense here. So he didn't get captain.
You know what you're getting. Yeah, but you know what you're getting.
Well, you know what you know.
You know what you're getting. Come on.
We'll see.
I didn't even think about. He's not even in my top 10.
I
know what I'm getting out of him.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I'm not worried. Jack's going to show up.
He wasn't a Pro Bowler or an All Pro last year.
Okay, I know what he's going to be a Pro Bowler.
But all of a sudden, we know he's going to be like this elite linebacker.
It's Jack Campbell.
No,
I've compared his stats. No. He wasn't a Pro Bowler. I've compared his stats to the linebackers that were All Pro last year. It was most of them identical.
But they look at impact.
Exactly. Well. So this year he impacts the game and has more stats and takes a step forward. There's just no question about it. You know,
there is actually some questions about it. It's not.
I don't think there is.
Guy's bad. It's not about him being bad. It's just how good is he going to be this year? That's all.
All right.
You're acting like the dude's already been there, done that. Like this guy's been. Like
he has last year. Look at his resume from last year.
Boone, you're acting like the 49ers fans like talk about Fred Warner. It's like, oh, we know what we're getting with Fred Warner. It's like, dude, Jack Campbell, like he's never. What are we talking about?
Talking about Jack Campbell.
All right, that's why I have him as my number 2.
Jack Campbell. That's fair. I had Marcus Davenport. My number 3. I have Graham Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
All trenches. I went all 3 of mine in the trenches. Left tackle, edge rusher, in the center. I think with Graham, that was one of the offensive line wise. Frank leaving, stepping away, retiring. The big question mark was who's going to fill in at center. Obviously tried Tate out for a little bit, and then obviously they end up with Graham. And it seems like things are going well with Graham, and Jared is very comfortable with him under center or with him at center. So I'm interested to see first game, kind of full-time center for this Lions team. I'm very interested. I think if Graham has a big game, and I'm not just talking just like when it's physically, just calling a good game as well. You know, calling out different coverages and blocking schemes and things that he needs to do. I think that Graham could have a massive impact on this football game. Massive.
Well, he's healthy.
Probably bigger than
going to be playing
than your guy, Jack Campbell.
He's Jack Campbell. Get out of here with that. Graham's going to be playing. He's healthy, so that's good. That's great because you're an injury from Graham away from being in a scary situation. So hopefully he's fine. But yeah, like he's going to be. I think Graham in this game, I'm not as worried because they don't have. If they had Kenny Clark still, I'd probably be a little more interested. Like, okay, what? But he should be fine. I've seen Graham play fine in games before against better competition, so I don't think Graham in this game. I'm really worried about.
Yeah.
I hope we don't have to have this conversation on Monday about like Graham not looking great. He should.
For people too, like Phil said, Glasgow hurt his leg in camp. Dan today did say he's good to go. There's nothing to worry about. So Graham is a full go on Sunday.
Yeah, what was it? The leg
just probably a leg, just knee or something. Had a couple weeks off, I'm sure, and he's good to go now.
That's good. Before we move on here, Richard says, are we in for a high-scoring game, shootout, or a low-scoring game? That's a nail-biter with Jake Bates in the game winner winning 2017 situation.
Good question. Friday, we'll have our predictions Friday. Yeah.
It's all you got to know, divisional game. So take that how you will. It's, you know.
Imagine this. Peaceful
It's gonna
Tim.
be a good game.
Zadarius Smith should sign on Saturday night and roll into Lambeau like he's been there before. Imagine he did sign like Friday or Saturday and comes and plays and ends up having like a sack.
Zadarius, the game day signs, doesn't practice, just shows up in Lambeau. His own private jet cash doll gets him the private. Goes out to Lambeau, lands, hops off the jet, goes to Lambeau, suits up, and gets a sack. What do we think? I think it's in play. That would be the most boss shit I've ever seen. Is it going to happen? Hell no. It's not going to happen.
2 weeks. Set your timer right now.
I mean, this guy has like inside sources. I mean, you say 2 weeks like it's
before
like
week 3. Who do we play week 3?
They play the Ravens.
He'll be playing in that Ravens game.
I think it's the Ravens. I'm almost positive.
Whoever it is, week 3, he'll be playing.
Comes back for the Ravens game. Hey, I heard y'all needed me. And by the way, week 1, you'll get to see at least week 1, week 2, how bad, if they need him or not. You'll see.
Right away.
So Brad will be
knock on wood. Imagine Davenport goes down and Zadarius signs.
Hey, Lucas says, I am owed a
pizza. Do we make a pizza bet on that, or was that just a normal take that we had?
I don't know what
I don't know the Cowboys pizza bet, but we did talk about potentially voiding that.
We got to avoid that. Klotz has to understand.
Yeah.
Like, we can't. We off the Cowboys, it's different. We'll give on with our divisional records later, but not like all divisions. But yeah, the Cowboys won without Micah. That's a tough. That looks that defense looks like barbecue chicken without him. That defensive line does. Just gonna say that. All right. Well, my third player. A player, how about this? And you have to give me this one. You have to. You can't go the Jack Campbell route with this player. Terrion Arnold. You can't give him. You can't say, we know what Terrion Arnold's going to do. We know what he's going to do. You can't do it. You can't. Because Kelvin pumped him up. We know what, my eyeballs don't lie. All right. We've seen him get better. But again, what Terrion Arnold are we getting on Sunday? That's what I want to see. And if we're talking about players that need to make an impact, for the Lions to win, it's your CB2, CB1, whatever, you know, wherever he is this year. So my third impact player is Terrion Arnold. I need him to go out there, look the part, not get pass interference calls, maybe get a takeaway. You don't have to, though. Just be solid in coverage, which he usually is, and be disciplined, which he got a lot better at. So there's not too many concerns. But I just want to know what version we're getting to Terrion Arnold. You know, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, you know, whoever's on Terrion, they're going to try and test him. They're going to test him. Watch the game. Believe me then. All right, they're going to throw at Terrion Arnold. What does he look like? How does he respond? Even if he does get beat, how does he bounce back from it? That's what I want to see Terrion Arnold. And I promise, Boone, I see in the chat, I won't call the interception. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to call an interception every single week.
Do you think it happens this week?
I'm not going to do it.
So if you say no, I almost will bet on it.
No, I'm not saying it will or not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it will or not. I'm just staying out of it. You do what you think. I called me and Lucas every single week for like 17 weeks. And
every week you guys did. It was the worst. And it was just never happened. It was like, all right, at what point are we just going to – you see, Klotz said it. It's not going to happen now. As soon as you say it, it doesn't happen.
Klotz, it does.
He doesn't understand.
Klotz.
He's jinxing it. Just jinxing it at this point.
Klotz.
That's all it is.
We've been down this road, man. It was a long road last year.
How many times do you get to be wrong? 17 straight?
Like, pick 6 first play of the game. Lucas says Jeff can't say it.
You both can't. You two are the only ones that every single week just Terrion.
Watch out. He almost had one against the Colts. He dropped it, and we're like, oh, because we called it every single.
You guys can't even like celebrate it in a positive way because you're 1 for 17 at that point. So it's just like it's just such a bad hitting rate.
Now you can't gatekeep the celebration. What do we have to go to? We have to go to Boone to ask.
I mean, when you're 1 for 17, it's like
hey, the Lions were 0-10, and guess what? They won, and what happened?
All right, fair.
And everyone in the locker room was hype. You know, because hey, you got to celebrate those after those long droughts, man. Yeah,
that's fair.
You got to celebrate it, man. Sergio Kennedy says Dan Campbell leaving Green Bay holding Matt's pocket. That's messed up. And Sergio, appreciate the $2, but you just sent $2 to say that. I respect it. But no, it's not happening. It's just not. There's no way. There's just no way. And by the way, shout out Isaac in the chat too. He's coming out with his longest rush again. The longest rush.
It hit a lot last year.
Yeah, over on the longest rush for Jameer. It's probably like, whatever it is, just hit the over. It always does.
I wonder what it is.
It always hits. It always does. Isaac actually put us onto that last year. I honestly, there's things on FanDuel I just don't look at. Or any betting app you use. It doesn't matter. There's things that are on there that you just don't look at. There's so many different bets. And that's one of them I did not know was a thing. Like longest rush for players. I didn't know that. So Jameer, he's probably the guy this week, man. You can call longest rush for. That's fine.
I wonder what it is, like 14.5 or something.
Yeah, probably something like that. Which obviously he's going to smack the over on. That's probably going to happen once or twice. I just want to see what the O-line looks like. I know it was easy last year because he had massive. He's running through these Panay, Zeitler. They're just clearing out everyone. These big holes. I don't know. I want to see Tate Ratledge. I want to see how this O-line looks, but he should be hitting the over on it. All right, you want to get to our NFC North record predictions?
Let's do it.
I'm
interested in yours. I really am. I'm very interested in yours, actually.
Want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You go first. I want to hear yours.
All right, allow me to explain. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing my I've been doing my pro Lions propaganda ever since I started. This offseason with how they'll win the division. I believe they'll win the division. But the problem that people have with me is who I have second in the division. And I've been pretty consistent that the Chicago Bears will be second in the division with Ben Johnson. And many people would refer to me as a Bears fan, which is fine. It doesn't really matter to me. I like Ben Johnson. I like Caleb Williams. It's hard now. He's a part of the Bears, but I still think he'll be good. So people will say I'm a Bears fan. I'm a closet Bears fan. Where's your Bears gear? Hey, Jeff, the Bears play. Did you watch the preseason game? It's all these little jokes people throw at me, which is fine. But then I had an epiphany. All right. And like Neil says in quote Drake, it didn't cost me 50 epiphanies, like Neil always says. All right. I had an epiphany. Micah Parsons became a Green Bay Packer. Which that has to at least make you think a little bit about this NFC North division. All right. It has to make you think about it a little bit. And with that being said, these are my official NFC North predictions. They've only moved down one spot. The Bears are now in third place, only trailing the Packers by one win. And let me explain, all right? I have the Lions at 12-5. We did our record predictions. I've already stated I think they win 12 games. I think they go 12-5 this year, going through the record or the schedule. We might disagree on, the teams or the games, but overall, all of our records are pretty similar. They're going to have double-digit wins. There's no way the Lions go 8-9, 9-8. That's just not going to happen. They have a tough road schedule, which I understand, but I think as a team, they have enough camaraderie together, playing together the last couple of years, that on the road, it doesn't faze me too much. I think they're going to struggle a little bit on the road, but that home schedule is so easy. That's like 8 wins off the rip there. So you just have to get 4 wins on the road at least, or 5 if you want to knock a game at home, whatever. They can do that. So I have them at 12-5. Now, let me explain number 2. All right, the Packers are 10-7. I think they're a good team. I think I worry about depth at different parts. For example, corner depth, interior defensive line depth, questionable receivers, no true alpha in the room. Jordan Love, inconsistency. There are question marks, but overall, I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach, and I think Micah Parsons is a hell of a player. And I think him and Rashawn Gary are going to cause problems for defenses. And I think Micah Parsons being a Packer kind of gives them some juice for the season. Like, I think he just raises the confidence in that defense. So I think they'll be good. I think they'll win 10 games. I think they'll be a playoff team, but I think that's all they are. I don't think this makes them Super Bowl contenders. I think they're a playoff team, probably at most win a playoff game and then go home. That's all I think about the Packers. Now let's get to 3 and 4. Now, I know what people are going to say. Jeff, how in the hell do the Vikings drop to 8 wins after winning 14 games with Sam Darnold? Let me explain to you. All right. Something very, very, very important. Kevin O'Connell is a really good coach. I do. I think he's a good coach. I also think the defense they have with Brian Flores is really good. But I think what they're going to struggle with, and it's the most important part of this whole equation, is J.J. McCarthy's inexperience. I think it's going to be a bigger problem than people think. And you might say, Jeff, you're fucking crazy. Like, it's Kevin O'Connell, whatever. I have seen teams in my life be hindered by a quarterback who's not playing up to standard. And I don't think JJ in year 1 is going to be the quarterback that Vikings fans think he is. Do I think year 2, year 3, he can get significantly better or get better? Yes. I don't think year 1, especially you use this point too with Hendon Hooker, which I agree with. It's hard when, you're sitting there learning on the sidelines. You're not actually participating in anything. JJ wasn't able to actually participate. I think he played in a preseason game last year. He wasn't actually able to practice or do anything physically. He just studied the playbook. This is his first season physically doing anything. So that's where I think JJ is going to struggle. And I think the schedule being as hard as it is on paper, because it's hard for all these teams. We bring up the Lions schedule, by the way. They all play the same teams. And when I went through the Vikings schedule, it got tricky. And the reason why I would give the edge to the Bears here, and the Bears have one more win than the Vikings, is because I think Caleb already playing a league. I think Caleb's good. You can disagree with that. That's fine. That means we just disagree fundamentally on Caleb, which is fine. But I think him being a second-year quarterback, all the additions they made in the offseason, I think the Bears take the jump. I think they could squeak into the playoffs at 9-8. I think they have a winning record with Ben Johnson. You can call me crazy. That's fine. They're not 2 because of Micah to the Packers, but I'm sorry. I think this is going to be one of those years for the Vikings where Vikings fans look around and say, shit, is J.J. McCarthy really the QB? Maybe you'll see flashes, but I think he's going to struggle this year at times. I do, and I think it's going to be one of those things where Kevin O'Connell, as great as he is as a head coach, we've never seen him with a rookie, a first-year starting quarterback. We've never seen him with one. This will be the first test. He's had experienced quarterbacks that have been in different systems. You can bring up Sam Darnold. Guys, Sam Darnold's played in many different systems. He was in the league for a handful of years. He was with Kyle Shanahan. He came to the Vikings. This is different. JJ's basically a rookie quarterback, so there's a lot on his shoulders. You can disagree with it. That's fine. But this is how I have the NFC North lining up. Only 2 double-digit win teams. Only 2. That's it. How about those?
Yeah, I think you're an idiot for having the Vikings at 4, to be honest. It's one of the best rosters in the NFC North. The only thing is the quarterback is your problem, but there's 0 chance the Vikings go 8-9. 0 chance. There's no way. I don't know what else to say.
Make an argument. Tell me why.
No, they have one of the. I tell you why, buddy. They have one of the best rosters in the NFL, one of the best defenses, one of the best offensive lines, the weapons that they have, running backs, wide receivers. The only question you have is their quarterback. Kevin O'Connell has continued just to plug and play quarterbacks and just find ways to win games. There's nothing else to it.
Do you think poor quarterback play can hinder a team?
Yeah, but not a team that's like as stacked as they are. And at the end of the day, you're talking about poor quarterback play, like
answer the question.
Sample. But hold on, the sample size that the Vikings have had with quarterback plays of backups that have played, to Sam Darnold, to Kirk Cousins, to Josh Dobbs, like you're acting like those sample sizes, like they've struggled when they've changed quarterbacks. Everything shows you they've just been the same, adding new quarterbacks in the Kevin O'Connell system with the weapons they have, and they've upgraded the offensive line. Like they've only gotten better. I think this is dead wrong.
They have a question mark at the most important position in football.
They did last year as well.
So this is the thing, and this happens a lot, all right, where you'll see Sam Darnold do it. So then it's like, well, obviously J.J. McCarthy has to do it. That's not always the case, all right? It's not. Not everything happens like that, all right? Just because Sam Darnold put up 30-plus TDs in the system doesn't mean J.J. is going to put up 30 TDs in the system. I'm sorry. And I think JJ, I think he's going to struggle. And I think the Vikings are going to get slapped in the face a little bit with reality where it's like, hey, guys, you might have a win now roster, but you don't have a win now quarterback. That's where I'm at right now. I think they need a little bit of patience. Now, if you think 8's a little too egregious, fine. Whatever. I think the Vikings, though, are going to be flirting with 500. That's what I think. If you want to add a win or two, I'm not going to fight you too much. I disagree. But they're not going to be an 11. I would argue, I don't think they'll be 10, but I don't think they'll be a double-digit win team. I don't. With J.J. McCarthy first year starting.
I guess we'll see, man. I disagree. I do. There's no way. I don't see a world where the Bears are better than the Vikings this year.
You know, in ETN, I think the Vikings should win 10 games. That's fine. You can have belief in JJ, and I'm not. I just think year one's going to be a little humbling for him. I do, but we'll see. All right, that's my NFC North rankings: Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. That's the order I have them in this year. You can call me crazy. That's fine. And by the way, Lukas Klotz, I mean, this guy literally donated $2 and said, "Jeff, shut up." Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Let's
You said go ahead. Were you talking to me?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
I think my list is the correct list. I don't know what else to say here. I get what you're saying with the Bears, like 9-8. I actually went through all the schedule today for each team, and I looked at the schedule, like, hey, who are they going to play? Who are they beat? This is what I came out with. I had at 4, I had the Chicago Bears. I don't think an 8-win season for the Bears is a bad thing with the first-year head coach. I think they're going to have their struggles, and they're going to look good at times. And I think you're going to be able to see flashes of what you think this Bears team can be. So I think 8-9 is it's a good season for them. And obviously, Bears fans are going to be disappointed. Yeah, okay. But at the end of the day, that's just what it is when you have a first-year coaching staff in the building there, a quarterback that's still trying to figure things out, and kind of you're building a new team there. Number 3, I had the Vikings 10-7. Honestly, it was tied for second. I think the Packers might have won the when I did the schedule. I think the Packers won the tiebreaker. I could be wrong with that, but I believe they won the tiebreaker. I think they're going to be both very similar, and I think they both end up making a wild card at 10-7 in the NFC. So I think the NFC North gets 3 teams in, and I do believe, like, with this Vikings team, yes, JJ is going to come in. They won 14 games last year without JJ. You go into this year, you have JJ. Okay, but you take a 4-step game back, and you're not sitting there going, "Oh, that was like a bad." No, like 10 games, like having them at 8-9 is disrespectful. From going from 14 to 8 wins,
they're not playing the NFC South.
Hold on, Jeff. Can I get my moment?
Sorry, go on. Or the AFC South. Sorry, but go on.
Ben Johnson lover. But I just think at the end of the day, it's just this team, yes, they're going to take a step back because of a quarterback. It's not going to be a 6-game step back. A 4-game step back, I don't think is crazy to think. Just a couple games back. And I think this Packers team, as much as I think they're so up and down, and Jordan Love's so up and down, when I did look at their schedule, they have 10 wins on that schedule that they can get it done. They even, at one point, I think I had them at 11, to where I think both of these teams, the Vikings and Packers, have similar schedules to where they have a chance to win 9 to 11 games, I would say. They both do. So, and then obviously at number 1, I have the Detroit Lions at 13-4. I know people at 13-4. I said it earlier in the year, in the season, when the schedule came out. I like the 13 wins. I'm going to stick with 13 this year. It's a step back from 15. There's going to be a couple losses in there, maybe against the Ravens, the Chiefs, some teams like that. But outside of that, they should be able to take care of business, and hopefully it's a step back. I know it is. It's a 2-game step back. I think it's fair with the schedule, though.
So I'm not going to pick a fight. Like the Bears, okay, you have one less win. That's whatever. The Packers, we have the same. It's really just so we're going to go back to the Vikings here. All right. And I just need to ask you a question. You think the Packers and the Vikings, Packers and Micah, they have Jordan Love, who, say what you want about him, at least he's proven in the league. You think they'll have the same record as the Vikings with basically a J.J. McCarthy first season starting?
Yeah, I mean, they won 14 games.
Like they're going to go to Baltimore, or they're going to.
Yeah, and that's where there's 7 losses, Jeff. It's not like I'm sitting there saying, 7 losses. They go to Baltimore and lose. That's one of the 7.
Well, we can go through the schedule. They face the same teams the Lions face. Like they.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it real quick. Let me do it for you real quick. All right.
Go ahead.
Chicago.
I think those Chicago games will be either way. So that'll
split.
be that.
So let's say split.
Split. Yep.
Atlanta. That's a win. Come on.
Win, but
it's at home.
I'll give it to you.
Cincinnati at home.
I think they could lose that game.
You need to pick one.
It's Cincinnati. I'll go Cincinnati.
Okay, so that's 2 losses. Pittsburgh.
That ain't a gimme either. JJ against
you're just going to say this for every time.
JJ against that defense? You can't, dude, it's TJ Watt and Jalen Ramsey. You think
you're going to say, honestly, I'm not doing the schedule thing with you with that because you're literally for every single game.
Where's the game at?
It's in Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. You really backtracked there.
No. It doesn't change my. I'm just asking. I'm just genuinely asking.
But every single game I say, you're going to be like, it's a split. It's a split. It's a split. No, it's not. This Minnesota Vikings team has one of the best rosters in football. And the only question is quarterback. You don't think that they're going to be able to find ways to win football games? Kevin O'Connell, who's done it consistently.
Games, but Boone, that Steelers game,
you have them winning 8. You have them losing 9 games. That's ridiculous. There's no way this Vikings team loses 9 games.
It's 2.
Either way, you have them going 8 and 9.
I mean, it's like, but my point is, it's you see how important JJ is to this whole puzzle. Like you're gonna,
but every year they have a new quarterback that's like, is he going to be able to do it? And
none of them have been a first-year starter. None of them.
Sam Darnold's pretty close to it. That man was so bad.
First-year starter, Boone. You know that.
Listen, I respect your opinions. I think you're dead wrong, and we're gonna find out. We're going to figure it out.
It's really just the Vikings we disagree on. And it's only by like 2 wins, but it's fine. Whatever. You think they'll be double digit. I think they'll be 8-9. So you think they'll be basically above 500. I think they'll be under 500.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like.
I think they'll be 10-7.
Yeah. And that's, I think the Packers and Vikings having the same record is like with JJ and Matt being together for years, Jordan and Matt, like that team's been winning together, and then you have JJ starting and it's like, boom, same record as the Packers. It's like, whatever, I want to see the JJ experiment. I do. Year 1, I think he'll be fine. But year 1, I'm curious how good he is off the rip without playing really at all his rookie year, not participating or anything. It'll be tricky. But we have the first 2 though. We can all agree Packers making the move for Micah puts them 2 in the division. We can agree. I'm not going to fight you on that.
All right.
That's fine. We agree with that.
I can't believe you have the Vikings under the Bears. That's like a Jeff narrative that we all saw coming.
No, it's the right narrative, and it's
just we all knew what was coming, and it's all right.
I could add the Bears too. I didn't. And I said that I'm well aware the Packers, they have Micah, they're better, but I think people are overrating the Vikings to a certain extent because I think JJ's inexperience is gonna hurt him. I do. More than people think.
All right, fair.
I'm going at your Michigan man, but
yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. You're gonna again, I don't mean to do it, but from the start of the show, your conversations and thought processes on quarterbacks.
But you can't disqualify everything I say because of that.
No, not at all. But when you do like specifically be like the quarterback, it's all right. I kind of, I'm happy that you're on that side.
Boone, you know that. That's not fair. Really? So I can never talk about quarterbacks.
No, you can. You know what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous. But I think, and all I'm saying about JJ, I didn't say he'd be bad. I just think year 1, it's not going to be as smooth sailing as people think. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying JJ will suck like for his career. I'm just saying year 1 ain't going to be smooth sailing. All right, that's all I'm saying. And you do. Not that you think it'll be smooth sailing, but you don't think you'll think he'll be fine pretty much, and they'll just pretend and they'll be
sure
smooth. And that's fine. I see ETN made a comment in here that I do want to bring up because it is. He said Brock Purdy, Dak, and Bo Nix were also rookies, but they played point guard in a quarterback friendly system and had great success. JJ will be similar. Yeah. Again, there's for every Brock, Dak, and Bo Nix, there's other examples of quarterbacks that were in good systems that just didn't pan out. I obviously, can he be Dak, Brock, and Bo Nix? Yes, he can. He can absolutely. I just don't think it'll be. I don't think it's going to be they're not going to get double-digit wins. I don't think so. That's what I think. But the NFC North, when I was looking at the schedule, I will say this: when I was going through the schedule for all the teams, they are going to have they are going to be a really good division. I mean, I do think
the NFC North.
Yeah,
with
the NFC
schedule.
North like 4 teams at almost double-digit wins. Even if they're at 8, 9 wins, they're close. That's still a really good division.
Yeah. I think last year it was like unprecedented. I mean, you had a 15 win, a 14 win, I think an 11 win team. It was insane last year. So I don't think it's going to be as, high of win totals, but they're going to be up there in my opinion. That's why I think the Lions are going to be around 12 or 13. And I think the Packers and Vikings are going to be around 9 to 11 range.
Yeah. I haven't seen, one thing I always wish I would do more is go look at like Twitter, like Vikings Twitter. I wonder what they think.
They probably think they're going to win the division.
Like that's what I always want to know. Like shit. I
mean,
that.
Good Morning Football today did their things, and I think 2 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 4 of them. I think it was 2 out of the 3 of them had the Vikings win the division, and the third one was the Bears.
My gosh, dude. Okay, that's ridiculous. All of that's ridiculous. That's all ridiculous.
Not one of them had the Packers or the Lions winning the division, which is crazy. At the end of the day, it's like, what are they smoking on that set?
That's so stupid. That is so stupid.
One of them had the Lions missing the playoffs like completely.
I saw Kyle Brandt had the Bears, but he's from Illinois.
Yeah.
He's disqualified. Like he's that's literally.
Oh, he's a Bears guy?
Yeah. So it's
I didn't know that.
That's why when he said that, I was like, it's not even like. Yeah, you're not really concerned about it. I do have videos I do want to play. Jared Goff talked about Micah Parsons, the addition of Micah. So let's hear from QB1. Eric Woodyard from ESPN posted it, so credit to him. But here's that video.
Let's do it. Jared, I guess your reaction to, obviously y'all playing Green Bay this week. What was your reaction to the Micah Parsons trade? And now you got to see him twice a year.
Yeah, there was some rumors going on there, so I guess I wasn't really surprised when it happened. But yeah, he's a great player and adds to an already competitive division, and certainly is a tough player to face. But we'll see. I know he had the back injury, so we'll see if he ends up being out there.
In your 10th year now, just the way this offense has developed with John too, do you feel like there's a little bit more on your plate, and do you welcome that part of it? Do you love that part of it?
I do. I really do. I really try to see how much I can handle every week, and I think it's kind of, I try to ask for more, and it's kind of their job to like govern that. And ultimately, they've done a good job over the past handful of years and doing that. And then this year, it's kind of ramped up a little bit, which is great. And I've owned it. I'm in my 10th year, and I feel like there's certain things I can help with. And Johnny's been awesome, listening as well as giving me feedback when he disagrees with something that I think, and I think that's important.
Do you think you're in a great spot in that regard heading into week 1?
I do. Yeah, I sure do. I think every year is different, and you don't know like kind of who your team's going to be, what your offense is going to be really yet until, I don't know, week 3, week 4, you hopefully have a pretty good idea. But to be honest, no different than last year when we played the Rams week 1, we kind of were still trying to figure out what we wanted to be. And this year will be somewhat of the same. Hopefully we come out of the gates firing all cylinders, but in reality, that's kind of hard to do right away. But yeah, we want to catch up to speed as quickly as we can.
Yeah, Jared talked about a lot of different things. I actually do want to play the clip of him talking about the people sleeping on the Lions in the division, which is kind of relevant to what we were talking about as well. Because he was brought up because they see the noise. They all see it. They see what people are talking about with the Lions. They see, I don't know if they see Good Morning Football, but they see people picking against the Lions and pumping up other teams in the division. Micah Parsons obviously is a big player, but especially the last week, it's been a little ridiculous. Here's Jared on that narrative and what he thinks about it.
About like the odds dropping for you guys to win the division.
Love it.
Trade. Which do you important more? Last year it seemed like everybody was Lions Super Bowl. This year's, they still see you guys there, but do you enjoy that role?
I don't know. Yeah, it is quite. I mean, it's confusing because I don't even know where do we stand externally. I don't know what people, and I don't really care. But like, are we supposed to be good? Are we supposed to be bad? Are we supposed, all these different storylines? And so we don't. You can't ride that roller coaster, and we don't. And we shall see. Time will tell. And going to try to win this first one and move on from there.
Jared, what made Ben so great?
But yeah, sorry, I like being on this side of it more when they doubt us. To answer your question.
Look at that, Jared Goff. Yeah, didn't you bring that up like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. It's something you brought up that like they actually enjoy this side of it more.
Yeah, and then people were mad that I said that they don't like they were talking Super Bowl a lot. Like last off season, that's all it was. And yes, have they talked Super Bowl this year? 100% they have. Like we've heard it, but you could tell the vibes a little bit more are so. Hey, back against the wall at this point. Like people are doubting us. We're no longer the Super Bowl favorites. Like it is a night and day difference from last offseason to this offseason. So I think that they and I've said it like you said, a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned like, I think they thrive more when they are the underdogs and when they are, they're not just the outright favorites. Like they are, they like having that chip on their shoulder that people don't think that they can get the job done. So I think that they thrive in that. And that's why I kind of like the fact, obviously I think they're the favorites to win the division still. And they should be one of the favorites to win the NFC. Okay. If people in the national media think they're going to miss the playoffs, thinks that they're going to get third in the division, that's perfectly fine. Like that's what Dan Campbell is so great at, is motivating his team through things like that at the end of the day.
Yeah, he really is. I think they thrive when they're the underdog. Not that they should be the underdog, but I can't believe we're actually having this conversation. And by the way, someone asked in the comments, is he growing a mullet? He is growing a mullet. I told you. The guy's growing a mullet. You see that mullet in the back?
Yeah, I told you he wasn't, and now I kind of look dumb. He definitely, there's something happening.
Dude, he's getting a mullet, dude.
Yeah, there's something going on. Someone's. I don't know who convinced him to do it, but the man's definitely got something happening.
Art says we were the underdogs at Lambeau last year. What's the line? Do you know?
2.5. They're favored. The lines are.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but it's really more so. It's not. It doesn't mean I don't think it has to do with anything like with being underdogs at Lambeau or each week. I think it's more so just, hey, now you are no longer favored to win the division. You're no longer, the Packers are higher than you to win the Super Bowl in the NFC. Like things changed there, and people are looking at you a little different. You're no longer like that, at the top of the mountain.
Teams don't think they're the team to beat, like, I guess. Or teams don't think. Some media doesn't think. Which is like, what? They haven't won 3 straight NFC North since Bobby Lane. So they're going for history right here, franchise tying history. So this will be, they're on a mission. And honestly, I just don't see how I don't know. Like, I don't know how you don't look at this Lions team and just think they're winning the division. They're stacked. I don't get it. And maybe the coordinators scare people, but even then, it's like, I get it. Trust me, coordinators can't have an effect, but
players make plays at the end of the day. I've said it all.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like such a drastic downgrade to where they fall off. That's where I'm at. Do I think they lost 2 great coordinators? Yeah, it sucks, but I don't think it's a drastic to where it's like, oh, this team, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. Lions aren't the favorite to win the division anymore. The Packers are here. It's like, okay, here we go. It is what it is. Lions at plus 120. Is that what they are to win the division?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. By the way, drop your questions for Mailbag. We'll do Mailbag to end the show here. Peaceful Tim, nobody worries about Goff in the big game. We worry about him thinking he has a good spin move. He does not. Yeah, I mean, are you referring to his athleticism? Which, that's not. Hey,
the baby giraffe running.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, ETN, I don't think it's a batshit crazy to pick the Packers. Oh, I think the Lions will still win it. I don't think it. Batshit crazy is probably the extreme, but it's a little. I don't know how you can really make the argument besides the coordinators, but that's the only thing you really have. You can't make a single argument besides that. You can't. There's no argument. Unless you want to say coordinators are going to suck that bad. That's it. Because if you go schedule, look at the Packers schedule.
They're all tough. The NFC North has a tough schedule. Obviously, the Lions probably have the toughest.
The road schedule.
Because they play the first team, but either way, I mean, we're talking I don't know, man. It's actually, it's a little frustrating. You just got to see it play out, to be honest. You just want to see them play football for people to finally be like, oh, wait a second. Lions are still good at football.
Yeah, like Shipcott, that's all people can go on is the coordinators. I mean, that's literally
that's it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And Antonio says you guys are massively underestimating the Pack. No, I think they're second in the division. I just don't think they're better than the Lions. I think they're a good team. I just don't think they're better than the Lions. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I mean, that's something you got to show me, man. I can't just say they're better than the Lions. Based off what? Based off what? Lucas says, who will have the first receiving TD? What if it's like
Sam
Isaac
Laporta.
Tesla does the Lambeau lead?
Honestly, it'll probably be a deep JMO bomb. Honestly, that feels like that's what it feels like. That's something they just like, even at practices and stuff. It feels like every time we watch the practice, like starting scrimmages, they always take a deep shot to JMO in the first like 3 plays.
ETN interior O-line is another cause for pause. Yeah, I mean losing Frank Ragnow. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But again, still pretty stacked. I mean, they're still pretty stacked everywhere. They really are. First TD, I'm gonna go receiving TD. I'll go. Rushing's gonna be Dave Montgomery, obviously, and then I'll go to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Go with St. Brown. He'll get the first one. Motor City Derek, Mailbag, does Amon-Ra wear his FTP shirt or does BB get kicked out for throwing up double fingers?
I'm interested how Amon-Ra pulls up this year after the whole last season thing.
Yeah, I don't think I think they're gonna watch that. I don't think they'll pull up in any. They won't pull up in any like shirts like that. I think they'll probably.
I don't know. Amon-Ra, he does what he wants, man. He can do what he wants at the end of the day.
Yeah, he can.
He's going to have something on. I bet you. I could guarantee you he has something, a shirt that says something. He might run it back. Green Bay sucks shirt.
They're definitely going to talk. They definitely remember that. I love that. That's why I love St. Brown, though. He cooks him every single time. I mean, what are you going to say to him?
He did the headstand last time at Lambeau.
Yeah, he did. He did do that. Get a boy Juan Mailbag. Michigan will beat the Cut Guys, but lose to Michigan State.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Get a boy Juan loves Michigan State.
Imagine. Oh,
so if they lost to Michigan State, my I don't know, be the worst day of my life.
Nick P says Packers offense to me has a lot to prove. Love is so inconsistent. Yeah, that's really the big, and that's a big one. Again, quarterbacks, we can't gloss over questions at quarterback. Not that he's a bad quarterback, but just consistent.
He hasn't had a full season, like a good full season yet. He's always just up and down. He just hasn't played put a full season together to where you're like confident in his abilities to do that for 17 games.
Mm-hmm. Terrell says, as long as our new OC doesn't do what NFs did and throw 9 out of the first 10 plays when you have the best running back in the country. Well, they're not going to do that. John Morton's not going to do that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
The Johnny Mo show likes to put the ball in the air, too.
Hey, by the way, I didn't get to ask you earlier. What'd you think about Bill Belichick's debut, huh?
Tough, man.
Yeah,
honestly, I turned it on. The game, what did it start, like 8 or 9? I watched the first half, and it like wasn't great. And I actually fell asleep at like 10. And I woke up, I don't know, 3 in the morning. And my TV was still on, and I saw the score, and I was like,
"Oh,
that's nuts, dude! Like 40-something to 14." He just should have never, like, let's call it what it is. He should have just, and I don't know if he had an opportunity in the NFL. He should have just never left the NFL. And the fact that he went to North Carolina out of all teams, like he just went to I don't know, an average program. It was never gonna. I don't know. They're probably gonna win like 6 to 7 games this year. And that'll be it.
Yeah, that was tough. That second half, oh my god!
I didn't even get to watch it. I fell asleep before the second half and just woke. I did not expect
the third quarter. I'm not trying to insinuate Bill Belichick's he's not a bad coach, but third quarter coming out of halftime is coaching, and they got destroyed. So like that to me is a little whatever he's saying isn't resonating with kids. Whatever happens.
The problem is though, too, Jeff, is that.
They're so
I don't know
bad.
if you heard at the beginning of the game, like Kirk Herbstreit's like, yeah, they brought 70 new players in. That's the whole roster. Like there's not
on the same page at all.
When you bring 70 players in and you're like, that's the first game ever. It's just, I didn't realize they brought 70 new players into that team. That's absurd.
Let's see. Art says we will see what the level of loss of Ragnow and Zeitler is pretty quick on Sunday. Are you worried about? Are you worried about it at all?
I mean, obviously, everyone should be a little like questioning. It's a pretty big transition, especially with Tate. Like we're going to see Tate, Christian Mahogany, Graham. But yeah, no, you're obviously gonna. It's something to keep an eye on. Yeah, who you have to be worried. You do. Those are 2 big losses.
Richard said start Matthew Golden or Ricky Pearsall in fantasy week 1. Who do the 49ers play?
I don't know, but I do think Matthew Golden has a good season.
Oh, they face the Seahawks.
I'd probably go Matthew Golden. I know it's versus the Lions, but that's their only wide receiver.
Give me Ricky Pearsall week 1.
It's their only wide receiver is Matthew Golden. Who else are they throwing it to?
Because they don't have Brandon Ayuk for the 49ers. I don't for like a couple. I think for some of the year. Yeah, you can't really go. They're both good options. They're both good options. I think DJ Reed's going to give Matthew some problems, man, for sure. Let's see. Burning issues. If you could trade lives with one person in the world, who would it be? If you could trade lives with one person in the world.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, dude.
Give me
John Gruden. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean it's easy to say just someone filthy rich because then you just have fuck you money. I mean, give me like
I don't know, man. That's such a tough question.
Yeah, give me Elon Musk to go to space.
Did I not ask you if you would want to go to space and you said no?
Well, maybe if I'm Elon, if I'm trading, I'm trading lives. I'm not Elon. I'm just living his life.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could send people to space. I'm cool with that.
Trading lives with someone.
Yeah, give me then I got fuck you money.
Tom Brady's a good one.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Jeff, did you see your boy Prime screw his team at the end of that game Friday without taking his timeouts while having the ball to win the game? Yikes. I didn't get to watch the game, but I did hear about that.
I heard he left 2 timeouts on the board.
It was bad.
They ran out of time. That's I didn't hear his post game, but that is not good. And I like Prime. I think Prime last year was good. That right there it's a tough look.
It's tough look. I'm not gonna argue that. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Tough for Jeff's Coach Prime narrative for sure on that one. But yeah, shout out Coach Prime. Diggy Dog Mailbag. Lucas joining for watch party. I believe so. Lucas, I think he's gonna be joining for watch parties. Lucas is in the chat. He can answer that. He can answer that question. Xavier D Mailbag. Are you guys going to be able to attend a game this year? Probably not. No, because we work every game. So
yeah,
the grind don't stop, Xavier. So no games attending for us, which is fine. That's not a problem. We might be downtown before games. We might have a presence down there, but no, we won't be at games. Lucas Mailbag. What do you guys think about OSU Texas? Lucas, Ohio State's good, man.
I think they're both good teams. It was just
they're both good.
14-7. Yeah, I think it was both 2 good defenses just going at it.
Yeah, just went at it, dude.
2 top 10 teams, to be honest. But we'll see.
Arch will be fine. Arch will be fine. I think it'll be. Yeah. It's not. I think it was just a case of the better team won, and you'll see it again. Texas will be back. They'll be fine. But I will give you credit though, Klotzy. I picked Texas, so I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. I bet on them and lost money, so I went down with it. Lucas says Paul Feinbaum on Saturday, so I can feel his heartbreak watching Arch. Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah, Paul did say he was like the best quarterback since I don't even know who he said, but it was like a massive name. And he just looked. It was just like tough for Paul. Paul is so bad though.
Paul.
He's one of the worst in the game.
That's tough. Xavier Mailbag, why don't you guys come to Chicago for the Lions game? It's affordable. I'll give you a theater to do a show in. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Never even thought about going to Chicago.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Xavier.
Chicago's a great city too, by the way.
If we can do a show somewhere, now we're talking.
Little road trip.
Yeah, if we can do a show somewhere, now we're talking. That would be a lot of fun. But we just can't. Obviously, attending the game's tough because we do content. But as long as we can do a show somewhere, we're pretty open anywhere. It doesn't really matter. We're actually in the process of finding out locations right now for the weeks. So stay tuned for that. Ghetto Boy 1, Jeff is banned from Ford Field.
He is. He knows it. You know it too.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Yeah.
Ever since the NFC Championship game, you're cut off.
Yeah, even Steve said they're not allowed to go to Ford Field. Last time they lost the NFC Championship game.
Yep. And that's on Jeff. I tried to do my part. I did everything I could.
Yeah, he did.
Do you ever regret, thinking back when that was happening, did you ever regret, I should have listened to Boone and left? Is there just, a side of you where you're like...
Every single night.
What would have happened if I actually like looked at Booner and I said, "Let's go," and we walked
every
out.
single night before I shut my eyes? I think about it.
Actually, do you think about that?
It's like it creeps in. You know,
Does that do you actually regret that at all, not leaving?
In all seriousness, no.
There's got to be a side of you that's like, I think I actually was the problem.
I think everyone who got to see that,
wasn't my greatest moment in my life,
but everyone who got to see that, I think understands now. Like, oh yeah, we did see those guys at Ford Field. That's why he was trying to get that fucking guy out of there.
Yeah, I mean, there was thousands of people looking at me, and if you were getting some of the messages and the tweets and people reaching out to me that you were that I was getting, I think you would have done the same thing I did. Like I had to do everything in my power to get you out of that stadium, and maybe I embarrassed myself a little bit, but I tried to get you out. You did.
You let it all on the line. I mean, you really did. I can't. Yeah. I mean,
there's a side of me that thinks like Jawan Jennings or whoever it was that caught that pass.
Ayuk
with the Kindle, Ayuk with the Kindle Vildor tip. That doesn't happen if me and you are outside of the stadium.
Does Josh Reynolds make the catch?
Josh Reynolds makes the catches if you're not in the stadium, and Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't fumble the ball if you're not in the stadium.
That's fair.
And the Detroit Lions potentially could have a Super Bowl if you weren't in the stadium.
Jesse Mailbag, do you guys know Jesus wasn't the guy who turned water into wine? It was actually Bryce Underwood who did. Second, Booner won him at Michigan versus Oklahoma. $25 for a pizza.
Listen, I'm not.
That's gonna be a game. That's
a fun game. I probably won't bet the game. I'll just enjoy it as a fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
But by the way, Bryce Underwood turned water into wine. I didn't say it. You did, Jesse.
Yeah. Burning Issues. Great show, fellas. Peace, boys. Hey, appreciate you, Burning
Fun
Issues.
show.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
That was like a flu game for Boone. Made it.
Yeah.
About to go home and sleep.
Yeah, Boone just absolutely battling today, man. I mean, this guy, shout out to him. Put some aloe on, man. Get some rest.
I had such up and downs too, dude. I woke up, felt terrible, didn't sleep last night. Woke up, went to work, couldn't get through that a little bit. Took a nap, felt amazing. I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm back. Got off work, and sat down, hit me like a brick wall, like, or whatever it is. Now I'm here. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow with the Doc. Doc will be joining us. So breaking down lines back
day
tomorrow. Steve Lehman. That's a great comp, by the way. That's exactly what happened. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Be there. Until then, appreciate you all as always.
Love you guys.
Peace.